Sharp Edge is brought to you by countycom.com. Are you ready? Be prepared, be crafty, be informed, and go explore. Channel first. You know me. I'm an advocate for buying used, pre-owned, pre-enjoyed, pre-worn. But I dipped my toe into the other end of the pool while I was out in Indiana at the TGV Urban Gentry meetup at Moyer Fine Jewelers. And I had an absolute blast. Please check out that video in the channel history. If you were not able to attend, it was a tremendous evening. And Moyer Jewelers, the entire staff, just an absolute delight to be with, to get to know, to hang out with that night. They threw an absolutely tremendous event. And as it happens, they had a really great sale going, and I jumped on it. We're going to get into that today. What Omega could make me dive in the deep end of the pool and get it brand spanking new? Dun, dun, dun! It is not the Seamaster Seaweed. My goodness, what a terrible name. It will be known as the Seamaster Green Lantern, the Seamaster Green Machine, but heavens to Betsy, not the Seaweed. She's too gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. And the funny thing is, I got it on bracelet, also got the strap and the deployant. Thank you to Derek so much for constructing this fabulous deal for me. Love you guys. You guys are amazing, and I can't wait to buy more watches from you based on how awesome this experience was. I have it on a green leather strap, which was given to me by my dear friend and a frequent visitor to the channel, Rose City. He gave this strap to me years ago, and I never had a watch to put it on until now. And since this arrived, it hasn't been taken off of this strap. Look at the bracelet. I haven't even taken the plastic off to size it yet. Haven't opened this yet. I'm so excited to have these. But gosh, green leather never looked so good on a watch. We'll get it on wrist in a minute. So why, with all of my other Seamasters, would I want this one as well? Somewhere between 3 and half a dozen reasons. Chiefly, you know me. I love green. And I don't mean the, obsession with green watches. It's, anything that is green that matches my channel colors. For some reason, I'm drawn to it. And that is all, of course, rooted in the Mustang love, the Bullet love. But I also figured to myself, this watch is not going to stay in the Omega catalog. I'm making a prediction. It's too unusual for them, even though they are starting to do a bunch of more wacky colors. I just had the FOMO that they were going to take this off catalog at some point. And then whenever that happens, of course, the prices go through the roof. And I knew I would want it eventually. Oh, that means my pizza's ready. I better hurry up this video. I knew I would want it eventually, and I'm not paying a premium for it. Plus, that night of the event, the Urban Gentry event, they were running amazing specials. And I thought to myself, if I'm ever going to get this and not wait it out a few years to get a pre-owned used one, the pricing is never going to be better than now. So I jumped in, I dove in, and I couldn't be happier. Derek, the rest of the crew at Moyers, y'all were fabulous. Let's get this on wrist now, shall we? I don't normally shoot at magic hour, but I've got the sun creeping downwards, coming through the window, and like, you know what? It's hard to see this shade of green. Even G Money has commented when I sent him pictures. He's like, "You got the black one?" And I'm like, "No, dude, I got the green one." So the sunlight is helping us today, giving us a little bit of a peek into the gorgeous green. Let's put some numbers up on the board to give perspective here. It does wear a little bit tall, but the lug to lug is suiting me just fine. And it's an amazingly great, pleasurable addition to the Seamaster collection. I love it. It's never leaving the collection. I absolutely adore it. It looks just as good on brown. I had it on an isofrane very briefly that was like a dark white and half dark green. So I split up the top and the bottom, and it looked kind of rad on that too, I gotta say. But ever since I dug this leather out, I'm like, nah. This is, I would frequently dedicate a strap to a watch. I have no other watches that this ever went with. Absolute Seamaster perfection. Gorge. This is the only Seamaster I have that has the laser scribed dial. The other ones have the wave dial or alternate. I don't know, what else do I have there? I got some older ones that don't have the wave dial. But I didn't know that I was going to like it as much as I did. And truth be told, when I look at it, I can't stop staring. Absolutely beautiful. My goodness. Let's take a quick look at the Moyer website and see what they've got on offer. Landing at the Moyer homepage, Moyer Fine Jewelers. Zenith, I think, is new for them. So that's pretty exciting that they got them. Obviously, they also sell jewelry, engagement rings, wedding bands, all that fun stuff. But you know what we're here for, people. We're here for the watches. All their brands over here: Bell & Ross, Breitling, Booksy, Chopard, Grand Seiko. The Grand Seiko dude was super cool at the TG event. Still trying to get a strap out of him. Hamilton, Hublot. Never heard of Hublot before. I wonder if they make cool watches. IWC, of course. Omega. The belle of the ball for me. They also had some really cool squales there. And they have a really interesting pre-owned section. So let's jump into their pre-owned offerings. Got everything from AP to Rolly, all points in between. Now keep in mind, by the time you see this video of mine, these particular watches may not be available anymore. But if they are, buy with confidence. The team at Moyer was so rad. I had such, I arrived at that event the day before, went in, was just chit-chatting. They didn't know me from anyone. I just walked in off the street, and they were super cool. It was pre-event, so they were just on their normal someone rolls in here behavior, and I talked with them about watches for easily 45 minutes. Several staff members. Bill, their buyer, was fabulous. Met Derek that day, Mandy, the other crew members. Just had an absolute blast. I would not hesitate to buy from them, whether it was pre-owned or new, whatever. Obviously, I bought a new one from them. I got a fabulous deal. And, they are going to be there after the sale. I can tell already. So here's a quick look at their staffers. I even met Dan, the main man himself. He was cool. Lauren, fabulous. Met Alyssa. Derek sorted me out on the Omega. Chatted with Bill. Bill is real fun to talk to. He's their buyer and just explored everything around new and pre-owned and everything. Had a blast, Bill. Met Tyler and Donovan there. Mandy, had a blast. Ashley, we were chatting watches. Had a fun time. Just an absolute blast. I could not recommend them enough. Why might you want to pick up one of these green machines? One of these green lanterns? Well, there is a huge trend, in the watch world about green watches and whatever, and I refuse to call this the Seaweed. I will say that green, it doesn't go with a lot of things, and there is a lot of green on this green machine. However, because of the depth of the color and that ceramic bezel, this passes for dark black in certain lighting conditions. So you'll get a little more out of it than you might otherwise with other green watches that are a little ostentatious. I probably should put this on some other leather to give a good example. Trust me, it looks fabulous on brown. If you can get your hands on one in store at your local ID, do it. Obviously, I love my blue Seamasters, and I've got some black dial ones as well, some older Seamasters. Maybe we'll do a Seamaster round table at some point. But if you even have the slightest inkling towards this piece, if you dig green, if that's your jam, seek one out, find it. By all means, get it at retail. Do not pay over retail. Even better yet, write to Derek and the team at Moyer, see if they can sort you out with one. It is epically good looking, and I even had it on a white, like an all white strap at one point that was silicone. It just picks up the accents of the bezel insert, of the indices. It looks gorgeous. I'm going to say this is going to be my summer watch for 2023. I can't wait to get it out there. And I dare say this beauty might end up in a future edition of this wonderful, gorgeous book, the Omega Seamaster Vintage book from our channel friend and partner, Alberto Isnardi. If you're interested in Omega Seamasters, modern or vintage, check out Alberto's work. Absolutely second to none. A fabulous book. In fact, let's take a look at this fabulous book, shall we? You may very well have seen me review this book before. It is an absolute favorite, but it gives you an opportunity to have another look at this cutie pie here, the Green Machine, the Green Lantern, on that unusually configured isofrane, two-color, bicolor, colorway, multiple colorway system, which is half of one strap, half of the other. I discovered that this looked cool when I was putting the green one on and taking it off and gonna try this. This isn't quite a white strap because it's not very bright. It's more of like a dull white, cream white, but it really goes with those indices tremendously well. Looks even better on wrist. If it wasn't for that green leather strap from Rose City, I'd probably keep her on this configuration nonstop. Let's take a quick look at this book from our channel friend, channel partner, Alberto Isnardi. Link to his website is in the description. If you'd like any of his books, whether it's the Omega, the Tudor, the Rolex, shoot me a DM and I will connect the two of you. We do get a discount. It varies on which book you'd like to buy. So looking in here super quick. Ooh, 007, there's our boy there. What up, Alberto? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I am a Seamaster fiend. I'm an Omega guy, an Omega man. You know that, though. If you've followed the channel for any length of time, love me some Omega. I love this. This bracelet will fit on here as well. The mesh, I will probably put it on there. What the heck? All right, stop the presses. I am hunting this red strap immediately. Oh my goodness, what did this come out for? I learned something new every day. I'm sure I've seen this before, but I wasn't looking for a red isoframe before, so... Oh, wait a second. Okay, gosh, I might have to hit eBay. We're gonna make a pit stop at SJR real quick like. In fact, let me put a bookmarker in here. Joe, I'm coming for it. Can't believe that. It's awesome. I love isofrane straps. Love them. Probably my favorite silicone rubber strap. There we go, the OG 3 hundos. Love that watch too. That watch looks good on a isofrane. So, point being, this book is super rad and super informative, even for someone who already owns it and forgot that they saw that in the past. I won't name names, but anywho, let's take it back. Derek, you are my Omega AD connection in Indiana. I had such a blast. Can't wait to come out there and visit with you again. But the nice thing about Moyer, they will ship. You don't have to go there to get it. Reach out to them. You can trust them. The funny thing is, I don't often enjoy my AD visits because they don't always treat you well. Moyer treated us absolutely fabulous. And by us, I mean me and the voices I hear and my buddies that were there that night. We had a blast. Love you guys. Can't say enough about you. Can't give you enough praise. Thank you so much for connecting me with this beautiful Seamaster and for coming along on the ride. We appreciate you. Hope that wherever you are in this wonderful, beautiful hobby of ours, you are blessed. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.